Hello and welcome to Hello Friends, Mera Bharat Mahan. Let's check out previous Wednesday the 27th of May to Tuesday the 3rd of June top 10 headline news stories from across the nation and beyond. On the second day of his visit to the state, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday inaugurated, laid the foundation stone, and dedicated to the nation multiple development projects worth over 48,520 crore rupees in Bihar's Karaka. These projects are expected to boost industrial growth, create job opportunities, and provide affordable electricity in the region. The Prime Minister was also felicitated with a shawl painted with Madhubani art and a silver coin in Karaka, Bihar. PM Modi held a road show in Bihar's Karakat on Friday, greeting people as he arrived at the public meeting. Speaking on the occasion, Prime Minister Modi said the double-engine government is continuously working towards the all-round development of Bihar. Today, I am inaugurating and laying the foundation stone of development projects worth thousands of crores of rupees from Karakat, he added. The Prime Minister also referred to recent tensions, stating that those who destroyed the vermilion of Indian sisters while sitting in Pakistan have seen their hideouts turned into ruins by the Indian army. He further emphasized, the power of the vermilion of the daughters of India was witnessed by Pakistan as well as the world. The PM said that the day is not far when Maoist violence will be completely eradicated. Peace, security, education, and development will reach every village without any hindrance. He also noted that the people of Bihar had long demanded the modernization of the Patna airport terminal, and now this demand has been fulfilled. Operation Sindoor is a victory of Nari Shakti, Prime Minister Narendra Modi declared on Saturday, as he lauded the role of women in India's largest counter-terror operation while addressing the Lokamta Devi Ahilyabai Mahila Sashaktikiran Mahasammelan in Bhopal. Speaking on the 300th birth anniversary of Ahilyabai Holkar, the Prime Minister said that the recent terror attack in Pahalgam was not just an assault on innocent lives, but an attempt to attack India's cultural values and divide society. He stressed that the challenge to India's women was met with unmatched courage. Prime Minister Modi highlighted the vital role played by Border Security Force, BSF, women personnel during the operation.
पहलगाम में आतंकियों ने सिर्फ भारतीयों का खून ही नहीं बहाया, उन्होंने हमारी संस्कृति पर भी प्रहार किया है। उन्होंने हमारे समाज को बांटने की कोशिश की है। और सबसे बड़ी बात, आतंकवादियों ने भारत की नारी शक्ति को चुनौती दी है। ये चुनौती आतंकवादियों और उनके आकाओं के लिए काल बन गई है, काल। ऑपरेशन सिंदूर आतंकवादियों के खिलाफ भारत के इतिहास का सबसे बड़ा और सफल ऑपरेशन है। जहां पाकिस्तान की सेना ने सोचा तक नहीं था, वहां आतंकी ठिकानों को हमारी सेना ने मिट्टी में मिला दिया।
He said the armed forces dismantled terror networks even in locations where Pakistan never expected retaliation, sending a clear message that proxy wars will not be tolerated. Every Indian now says, if you fire bullets, you will face artillery shells, the Prime Minister remarked, adding that those supporting terrorism will face serious consequences. He said Operation Sindoor exemplifies India's new resolve against cross-border terrorism. The Prime Minister praised the government's decade-long push for greater participation of women in the defense sector. He pointed out that girls are now being admitted into Sainik schools and that women now comprise nearly 50% of National Cadet Corps, NCC, cadets, up from 25% in 2014. Prime Minister Modi also celebrated a major milestone as the first batch of women cadets passed out from the National Defence Academy, NDA. He noted that women are now serving in forward roles across the Army, Navy, and Air Force, from flight fighter jet to commanding operations on the INS Vikrant. Turning to Ahilyabai Holkar's enduring legacy, the Prime Minister described her as a visionary reformer and a symbol of women-led nation building. He credited her for advocating women's property rights, promoting widow remarriage, and forming women's safety groups centuries ago. Prime Minister Modi said Ahilyabai Holkar's administration set a governance model focused on social welfare, rural empowerment, and sustainable development. He highlighted her work in promoting agriculture, handicrafts, and water conservation through the construction of canals and ponds. The Prime Minister acknowledged her effort to support tribal and nomadic communities by enabling them to cultivate unused land. He also noted her role in establishing the Maheshwari Sari industry, which began when she invited weavers from Gujarat 250 years ago to settle in Madhya Pradesh. Paying tribute, Prime Minister Modi said, Mata Ahilyabai's courage, compassion and progressive vision continue to inspire the country. He offered prayers and sought her blessings for India's progress, development and unity. Highlighting his government's efforts to empower women economically, the Prime Minister noted that before 2014, over 30 crore women lacked access to banking. Under the Jan Dhan Yojana, they now receive direct transfers from various welfare schemes. He also mentioned key women-centric initiatives such as the Mudra Yojana, Ujjwala LPG scheme, Lakpati Didi program, and Namo Drone Didi initiative, calling them transformative tools for women's financial independence and rural upliftment. India made a strong impression at Index Dubai 2025, the annual interiors trade show, with 55 companies showcasing their products to tap into the region's growing interior design market. Commenting on India's strong participation, Additional Director of Texprocil Shailesh Matis noted that the event was coordinated by major export bodies, including the Cotton Textiles Export Promotion Council and the Export Promotion Council for Handicrafts.
And we have brought with us about 11 companies that have come with us through Texprocil. There are another 11 companies that have come through the Export Promotion Council for Handicrafts. And besides the textile segment, there are over 25 companies that have come in the non-textile segment like electrics, lighting, etc.
India's robust presence is backed by the India-UAE Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, which came into effect in May 2022. The three-day exhibition took place at the Dubai World Trade Center from May 27 to May 29. In a moving gesture of compassion and service, the Rashtriya Rifles unit based in Bhaderwah has brought hope and healing to the heights of G Valley, nestled at a breathtaking 7,850 feet and 35 kilometers from the town center. Under the banner of Operation Sadbhavana, the Indian Army organized a free medical cum veterinary camp for the tribal nomadic families braving icy winds and torrential rains during their seasonal migration. Dozens of tribal families journeyed from remote meadows, Sharodhar, Fuknadhar, Bach, Chita Fort, Gunthek, Lalupani, and Kentidhar, bringing their livestock in tow, all in hope of care. Over 180 residents and their animals received essential medical treatment and medicines from a dedicated team of Army medical officers, lady doctors, veterinary experts, and staff from the Sub-District Hospital, Bhaderwah.
जाई वैली में आज आर्मी वालों ने यहाँ बहुत बढ़िया एक कैंप लगाया था। यहाँ जो भी लोग थे बीमार उनके लिए दवाई मिली और माल मवेशी के लिए भी दवाई मिली और सब जो लोग जमा हुए गरीब लोग, यहाँ कोई डॉक्टर ही है ना यहाँ कोई हॉस्पिटल है।
बहुत मुश्किल होती है जनाब, 20 किलोमीटर हमारे को दवाई मिलती है। हम इस बार आकर हमारी आदमी ने इधर आकर हमारे को दवाई दी, डंगरों के लिए दवाई दी, आदमी के लिए दवाई दी हमारे को, और शुक्र अदा कर।
In a boost to growing maritime security ties, India and the European Union will conduct a joint naval exercise in the Indian Ocean from June 1 to 3. The exercise will focus on counter-piracy operations, tactical maneuvers, interoperability, and improved communication protocols between the two forces. The Indian Navy will participate alongside two frigates from the European Union Naval Force, EUNAVFOR, under Operation Atalanta. The EU vessels, the Italian frigate Antonio Marseglia and the Spanish frigate Reina Sofia, are currently berthed in Mumbai ahead of the drills. Operations will be jointly coordinated through the respective maritime operations centers. Rear Admiral Davide da Pozzo, Force Commander of EUNAVFOR Atalanta, will lead the EU contingent.
It's the first time that Atalanta units are mooring in Mumbai. We have two ships here, so it's a big event in enhancing our cooperation and coordination with the Indian Navy. We share the same values, we share the same goals, which are maritime security in the Indian Ocean. So we are really committed to increase cooperation and coordination, and this exercise will help us in doing this.
I think it stems simply from the recognition of how much our interests intersect in ensuring maritime security. For a very simple reason, I think in the Indo-Pacific we both see the importance of maintaining free and open and rule-based Indian Ocean access and in the Indo-Pacific access. This is in our economic interest and in our security interest.
The exercise aims to strengthen operational synergy and promote maritime stability in the region. Highlighting the broader significance of the initiative, EU Ambassador to India Herve Delphin said the exercise underscores the growing strategic partnership between India and the EU in maintaining maritime security and upholding international law in the Indo-Pacific. Delphin also reaffirmed the EU's strong stance against terrorism. Referring to India's Operation Sindoor, launched in response to the Pahalgam terror attack, he expressed support for India's right to defend its sovereignty and protect its citizens. India and the EU have been steadily enhancing their maritime cooperation, with a shared commitment to a free, open, inclusive, and rules-based order in the Indo-Pacific. The upcoming exercise is a further step in that direction. Launched in 2008, Operation Atalanta was initially tasked with combating piracy in the Gulf of Aden. Over time, its mission has expanded to include broader maritime security in key international waters. After completing a successful visit to Colombia, Guyana, and Panama, the multi-party Indian parliamentary delegation led by Member of Parliament Shashi Tharoor has arrived in Brazil, the final leg of their Latin American outreach. The visit aims to convey India's unequivocal stance against terrorism in all its forms and manifestations. The delegation was warmly received at the airport by Charge d'Affaires Sandeep Kumar Kujur. Reflecting on the three-nation tour so far, MP Shashi Tharoor noted that the response from the host countries has been overwhelmingly positive, underscoring strong support for India's position on combating terrorism and strengthening bilateral ties.
We've done 3 countries already, Guyana, Panama and Colombia. And we are now in Brazil, though Sunday, feedback has been very positive. In both Guyana and Panama, which are Security Council members, there was tremendous understanding and support for our mission and expressions of solidarity for our fight against terror. On the whole, we've had some very good results. My team has been fully participating in everything. We are all equal participants in this venture. And here in Brazil, we're looking forward to having some very solid, constructive discussions.
Thousands of devotees gathered at the sacred Kheer Bhavani Peeth in Janipur, Jammu, to celebrate the revered festival of Mela Kheer Bhavani 2025 with immense devotion and spiritual fervor. The event, organized by the Ardhratri Maharaginiya Seva Sanstha Trust, marked the holy occasion of Jyeshtha Ashtami, a deeply significant day for the Kashmiri Pandit community. Given the ongoing challenges many displaced Kashmiri Pandits face in reaching the original shrine at Tulmula in Kashmir, a beautifully constructed replica shrine in Janipur now serves as a spiritual anchor for thousands of families settled in Jammu and surrounding regions. The Peeth came alive with devotional bhajans, heartfelt prayers, and sacred rituals throughout the day. The spiritual atmosphere reached its pinnacle during the Samohik Aarti held at 7:15 p.m., which saw the participation of over 25,000 devotees. Extensive arrangements ensured the smooth conduct of the festival, including drinking water stations, sanitation facilities, and a strong security presence. Personnel from the police, fire services, and health department were deployed across the premises to ensure safety and emergency readiness. In his address, the president of the Sanstha, Mr. Rotkal, shared recent developmental milestones and announced the upcoming construction of a new, Sade Peeth, at the Janipur shrine to deepen spiritual engagement for the community. The Sanstha also extended heartfelt gratitude to the Jammu Municipality, the Jal Shakti Department, JPDCL, and other administrative bodies whose support was instrumental in the success of this sacred event. Indeed, Mela Kheer Bhavani 2025 stood as a shining example of collective faith, cultural resilience, and spiritual unity.
कश्यप जो ही कहते हैं कश्मीर को 360 नाग लेकर माता रानी कश्मीर पहुंची। जहां जहां हनुमान जी रुके वहां वहां उस माता रानी का स्थापन है। और दुनिया में एक ऐसा चश्मा है, स्प्रिंग है, जिसका रंग बदलता है। जैसे हालात दुनिया में होंगे, इस कंट्री में होंगे, स्टेट में होंगे, वैसा है। ये जगत जननी है।
ऐसे सबको पता है ज्येष्ठ अष्टमी है। आज का दिन बहुत प्रकुट दिन माना जाता है और ऐसे तो हमारी माता रानी जो है वो कश्मीर की घाटी में बसी हुई हैं। यहाँ पे भी माता रानी का प्रकुट दरबार है। मैं तो सबसे यही विनती करूँगी कि आज के दिन आके माता के दर्शन करें और अपनी सभी मनोकामनाएं पूरी करें।
यहाँ पे उपस्थित है, हर कोई उसको मिस करता है। हम हर कोई जाना चाहते हैं वहाँ, और आशा करते हैं माता रानी से, माता रंजना से, भगवती से यही आशा करते हैं, निवेदन करते हैं कि अगले साल हमें कश्मीर में ही ये त्यौहार मनाने का अवसर प्रदान हो।
Ukraine's intelligence service has claimed responsibility for a new underwater attack on the Crimean Bridge, which links the Russian mainland to the annexed peninsula of Crimea. The bridge has been a repeated target since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022. In a statement, Ukraine's security service, SBU, described the mission as a unique special operation, stating that over 1,000 kilograms of explosive material had been detonated on one of the bridge underwater support pillars. This marks the third confirmed Ukrainian attack on the strategic 19-kilometer bridge. Ukrainian officials argue the bridge is a legitimate military target, as it is used by Russia to transport troops and equipment into occupied Ukrainian territories. Despite the claims, the extent of the damage remains unclear. Visuals and updates from Russian state media indicated that the bridge was operational by Tuesday afternoon, though traffic was temporarily halted for approximately 4 hours earlier in the day. There has been no official confirmation from Moscow regarding the cause of the closure, but Russian authorities have frequently blamed past attacks on Ukrainian sabotage. The Crimean Bridge, also known as the Kerch Bridge, has become a symbolic and strategic focal point in the war, with each strike raising tensions and highlighting Ukraine's evolving asymmetric capabilities. In a significant virtual address on May 29, Prime Minister Narendra Modi marked the 50th Statehood Day of Sikkim by inaugurating and laying the foundation stone for multiple development projects. Although heavy rainfall disrupted his travel to Gangtok, the Prime Minister joined the celebrations via video conferencing from Bagdogra. Addressing the people of Sikkim, he praised the state's achievements in organic farming, tourism, and sustainable development, calling Sikkim a shining example of progress through people's participation. The new projects, focused on roads, health, and education, aim to further boost infrastructure and quality of life in the hill state.
सिक्किम सिर्फ हिल स्टेशन नहीं, ग्लोबल टूरिज्म डेस्टिनेशन बने। सिक्किम के सामर्थ्य का कोई मुकाबला ही नहीं है। सिक्किम टूरिज्म का कंप्लीट पैकेज है। यहां प्रकृति भी है, अध्यात्म भी है, यहां झीलें हैं, झरने हैं, पहाड़ है और शांति की छाया में बसे बौद्ध मठ भी है। कंचनजंगा नेशनल पार्क, यूनेस्को वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज साइट, सिक्किम की इस धरोहर पर सिर्फ भारत नहीं, पूरी दुनिया को गर्व है। आज पूरी दुनिया देख रही है कि भारत पहले से कहीं ज्यादा एकजुट है। हमने एकजुट होकर आतंकियों और उनके सरपरस्तों को साफ संदेश दिया है। उन्होंने हमारे बेटियों के माथे से सिंदूर पोंछकर उनका जीना हराम कर दिया। हमने आतंकियों को ऑपरेशन सिंदूर से करारा जवाब दिया है। आज यहां सिक्किम के विकास से जुड़े अनेक प्रोजेक्ट्स का शिलान्यास और लोकार्पण हुआ है। इन सारे प्रोजेक्ट से यहां हेल्थ केयर, टूरिज्म, कल्चर और स्पोर्ट्स की सुविधाओं का विस्तार होगा। मैं आप सभी को इन सारे प्रोजेक्ट्स के लिए ढेर सारी बधाई देता हूं। साथियों, सिक्किम समेत पूरा नॉर्थ ईस्ट नए भारत की विकास गाथा एक चमकता अध्याय बन रहा है। हर राज्य को अपने यहां एक ऐसा टूरिस्ट डेस्टिनेशन डेवलप करना चाहिए जो इंटरनेशनल लेवल पर अपनी पहचान बनाए। अब समय आ गया है, सिक्किम सिर्फ हिल स्टेशन नहीं, ग्लोबल टूरिज्म डेस्टिनेशन बने। सिक्किम के सामर्थ्य का कोई मुकाबला ही नहीं है। सिक्किम टूरिज्म का कंप्लीट पैकेज है।
Despite the weather setback, spirits remained high at Paljar Stadium, where hundreds gathered to celebrate Sikkim's Golden Jubilee as India's 22nd state. With a strong message of commitment and support, the Prime Minister reaffirmed the centre's dedication to Sikkim's bright and sustainable future. Udhampur, June 3rd, in a vibrant celebration of World Bicycle Day, a spirited awareness rally was flagged off today from the Deputy Commissioner's office in Udhampur. The event saw enthusiastic participation from students, social activists, and local community leaders, all united under one powerful message: say no to drugs. Deputy Commissioner Ms. Saloni Rai, addressing the media, stated, "This rally is a part of our month-long Nasha Mukti Bharat Abhiyan. These cyclists will serve as awareness ambassadors, spreading the message against substance abuse. The rally will weave through key areas of Udhampur and its surroundings, engaging citizens and inspiring collective efforts towards building a drug-free society." A pedal-powered campaign with a purpose, World Bicycle Day in Udhampur became a call to action for healthier, addiction-free communities.
1 जून से 26 जून तक स्पेशल कैंपेन चलाया जा रहा है नशा मुक्त भारत अभियान के तहत, जिसमें हर रोज़ की अलग अलग एक्टिविटीज़ करवाई जा रही हैं इस कॉज के लिए। आज वर्ल्ड साइकिल डे के उपलक्ष्य में इट वाज क्वाइट बिफिटिंग कि हम साइकिल रैली करें, और उधमपुर डीसी ऑफिस कॉम्प्लेक्स से ये रैली आज फ्लैग ऑफ की गई है। और जितने भी बच्चे और सिविल सोसाइटी से यहाँ पे लोग मौजूद हैं, वो इस कॉज के लिए साइकिलिंग करेंगे और हमारे इस कॉज के लिए वो एम्बेसडर्स बनेंगे। और जितने भी लोग जुड़े हैं उन सभी से ये हमारी अपील है, स्पेशली मीडिया कर्मियों से अपील है कि वो ज़रूर इसके बारे में जागरूकता फैलाते रहें और हमारे देश का यूथ ऐसे किसी भी इविल चीज़ से अफेक्ट ना हो।